change everything. So I think that it is only fair. So Yababa had this time around just to clamas this whole thing. See, we are those because or na yako dance na yada nina the Yankopon says boy buying for the whole of this year. It has been up and downs, but whatever it is, here we are once again, and most of us your prayers sebaya baby anagana nam no ye betimi atwa so na there has been a change of leadership sebaya ye betimi hoping for a better future no. Lo and behold, that particular part, yansaka. But the next phase, is what matters. How are able to get things done in the way near my able to because change alone, is not enough. Mum getting the government to do the right thing, so be able to benefit the average and the ordinary Ghanaian. That is the most important, and I think that is the reason why we are here. And those of you who have been around all these years are moving, building this community together. I think it's an opportunity to also say thank you very much for your time. Always and always be Nipano Kasa Ubodia Umye. And I think for the for the sake of our own country, because my country is Ghana a better place. We will be proud. Obia babia wo bia na wasombejo yen wen mo to kwan da bia beto wasoma send misko ye me say your family for pressure na say for mudigu so nipa no fra they don't even care whether say ade chin no wa sorry ohun ye wa bi mu niema ye okay ma whether you are depressed. When people are calling you from Ghana for money, they don't even care about those things. And intina meka say yen nyina ye collective effort. What kind of what to doesn't mean say wasumajo, because wasumajo now to baby kura fe nya people put pressure on you, and it's whole one kasa you ubetimi at the one dance here. It is very, very important. See yen nyina irrespective of baby I will be an idea ho be shame to build this country. Sebaya Nema Ebekoye, Makacha said the Ghanaian dream is possible, it's feasible. And Sauti and Samana ye come proud to this year about the Akufo-Addo government and then Nema na Koswa. About ya bedadi the outcome and soon so no adadi pefe say the Jumadia Yemubi Fatoya also say this government must go no. Na your time, na nyese will be time will be and as na ye cheap politics and na ye but the outcome of the 2024 elections we vindicated the fact to say indeed nearma na nearby no ye the oil no or many Ghana ni ho and then so we share that shameful thing na ya President Akufo-Addo so we kwanya yafa so abu o man we a car o man we dam future are very bleak na enye inspiring na wo he abufo na homtia Ghana for ko gina so koto aba na wo you be asabi all respect for the people of this country na wo your mampanyina wa need that form na wa dwen wo fia na wo hwe kwanya Ghana for fast two aban we free so amaka say enye abatfo eye revolution without a gun, because Ghanaians went to the ballot to express their anger, their frustration, to say enough is enough. Now, President, sir, outcome way, that is the verdict the people of this country are passing here on President Akufo-Addo and his appointees and his entire government. And Anura, President Nyaku Koduro Abodjadata some medals gu amount for komu for what? Because Abasobobi will be that will come from the people of this country. But Anam Safadiane a new FN a new a binding a nisuntino. Despite this embarrassing defeat, despite this no from Ghana for say we've had enough of this nonsense from this government, you must go, no. The president still had the audacity to assemble people, put two medals, our man for Komu, say the order of the voter, the award no one kasana ho. Now all sense of shame, now all respect for the people of this country. Looking at the vote outcome now, Kasakrano as a person, as a reasonable person, I best send a message. Say no. Some me kasa me kwaya deal with ye be ye nimbuasie. Go kwaya man for fast what for by tiame. Kwanya in the don't forget to say in the history of this country. Oh, okay, menka under the Fourth Republic, even Rawlings in Po. Aban bienu who was suffer such a devastating defeat in the history of the Fourth Republic, because first numbers na isi de ba no na omunyanya coalition ni nyina nya nwie yo. Samre ukwa the official gazetted numbers no Baumia was trailing around 38%. In the history of this country, such a devastating electoral outcome no under the Fourth Republic, not even Rawlings. Now what supervising Abanya and the ruling government, John Mahama government, atimia secure almost 2/3 of parliament. That is the scorecard that Kufuor Abanya at the Kofi. Such a disgrace, such an embarrassing outcome. You still have the audacity to assemble these jokers and put a medal on their neck. Say, for what? For destroying the economy? For tearing this country apart? For rendering the economy of this country useless? And now for them, you see, Makacha said, so we a leader. Now you have humanity at the core, at the center of your heart. Near man we are sometimes me say governance no enya de ayede ya tro no ebo so eda baby a okohwe no aba yo. One thing very flexible governance. So we nipa winim nyansa very flexible. Because always you look at the prevailing circumstances within the country, then you adjust to fit the circumstances. So and yes, you try go baby kohwese na wo baba ye. So I say you planned the whole class. Ye na say ye be ma ye ho award. Nipa winim nyansa no hwe the electoral outcome na that should tell you say the people don't want you. The people are fed up. The people are angry. So you don't go ahead to put medals as a wo she nipa bufo as a makana say wo dwen ho a won tiase. So eba ne say na common sense all of a sudden a journey from governance and leadership. That arrogance of power oka mentie nipa kanyansa sema de me pa na meye eno na manifest to this level. Kona me free say enka de si ebe ma President Akufo-Addo anya nuhu asua bibi say sanyansa sama na nkram ketwa ne journalist na amanfo e ka kire me nyina no. I should have listened to them. Because the vote outcome nan kasa enough wo terminal report a show how a Ghana for a rating government, and with this outcome a show say under the Fourth Republic way the most useless government the Akufo-Addo government, the most useless. And young men American the records are there to show. Kwanya Ghana for far so to but out to the stand say MPP Aban is going to parliament this time around, not as your friends opposition party. They are going there as an observatory party. They are only going to observe because without them, parliament can even get the quorum to run. That is a Akufo-Addo terminal report. MPP MPs, they can decide that 4 years in your municipal parliament. Parliament will still run. This is that. You see, and I make us arrogance in this space in modern governance. There was a time this pinche thing air cost our parliament, I find you marking Baba and because I know minority seat, and some fatana on tenaso. Now, sa seat, crowd tenaso spiritually, it's not good for him. That gentleman is now going to parliament. And minority seat because numbers what they call parliament and yet I am qualified to be called minority. And yes, I'm open micro seat be man or baby no cotenaso. So oma wo ho so a sa na Nyankopon bra wase. Nipa na ose on tena minority seat and micro seat, and obenya our parliament because he doesn't even qualify to call himself minority leader. They say he does not even qualify to call himself a minority leader. He's a micro leader. They are only going there to observe. This is Kwanye Nyankopon Faso Wabra Omwase. And in the midst of this, the president still have the audacity to appear before Ghanaians and say, my award. Let us even assume without admitting say a convention that was a buying beer the car or bow for abaso. Now Osha de atu na will be a sebi ojene kwechira. Common sense will be enough to tackle you to know say no, let it go. And again, nipa na wakota mo a or sign bob mo abaso ne nipa to say how akumsen. When you mention how akumsen, obienim what comes to mind? How akumsen, oboni dia, obienim what comes to mind? Kaswa Van Dam. Do you know why I onya said no? That Kaswa Van Dam, when it comes to violence and kasa, our Kaswa. Ye boni patro, ye tuni patro, but because na buying the wasn't in one, I found a wedi. That woman, if Ghana were to be a serious, decent, democratic country, and that woman and go jina court aye dinasem na Akufo-Addo anya kokoduro atamame we di na begina stage so atamade de ahye ne kon se obo na baso enti I say nipa no ye wo man mu na omummu yense omubu Ghana for sese be ye moa bi ye nwen kwa akiri enti they can just do whatever they want and get away. Ebo hawa kumsi ambaso ase sa omo toa so bobo na baso to the stand say I'm told say nada na wasan de able to omo ko no kura me de menyahum mabufu ya metan ti me mpese mani kura be hu. But people are saying say elephant kura san why will be posting ohana menhwe me de metan ti I didn't even want to watch it. Yes, medano elephant in a sign that so. How can governance be sink so low to this level? That is why I've been advocating say the narrative must change. That excessive partisan political thing now over the years, some people advantage to do whatever they want, We need to change the narrative. Today, Mahama is president. Yes. The NDC is in power. Yes. But I think, sir, we need to change the narrative. Sabaya, people who come to power will not take your friend say consolation from the fact that I'm a party in I can do whatever that I want. No. That luxury, we need to take it away. So that people will know they are working for Ghana. So your back, your front is facing the people. If you mess up, you can't hide around party. No, it is you versus the Ghanaian people. That is what we need to do. Because I think so. The mess Akufo-Addo has created, the indignation that he has brought into governance, we need to clean it and say no more. Because this stage, this 4 years of John Mahama government, it's an opportunity, like he said, to restart everything, to reset and set a stage for a new Ghana. The new Ghana is not taking off. This is 4 years is an opportunity for us to build every single framework, whether law, social, welfare, whatever. The framework, we need to lay the foundation, bam, for the new Ghana to take off. And in doing so, we need to restructure a lot of stuff. Ko anyasa na ebeye business as usual. Sa ne mahunu we uhu ye Akufo-Addo ayeyi. Still onye nu ne ho because now me be free say the humiliating defeat na ko party a Kufuor no ho de man no that is not the party he's leaving behind. MPP na abubu aprena apansama na wo ye no hwea enyeye. Party that used to tell people say yeah they a party of elite, you know, and chairman won to me na abronye nom na lead this party. Yes, afro bi wusu bempanom. At the time Ghana for buafu, there is this veil of economic hopelessness. Ubenya nyansa for mo beka nyansa sama kire Ghana for no. Sa mera no na yate sankraman we no agum. And omonam no mu po again omu potia Ghana for at the time Ghana for are bereaved. People have pains in their heart. Yenwe no mo wa ma no ne wabra watimi atoka potwo bi se mede ba fie mede bra menua kwaku e bia wonfa nya wuba ana ono nso mfa nya business na ne nsa akona no because anya hwe aburochira ameti mede mensa ba koma no enti mede ka ketewa bi bra menua bi se menua ketewa egisa ka we na wonso fa ye bibi na ya tam taxes de agu ne so to the stand say car no ontumi nyi enti aban ba fa ban fa no say ye beton car na nipa na ye ne de no even first option to buy no kra yam fa ma no na kwabrane bia because owo tumi owo aban mu afa nyansa kwan so na wo car na wato no over by $5,000 a wo de abeduru porter wuntumi nyi no obi akoton sa car no 7,000 Ghana cedis e de amane girlfriend na wo awoma wo ti awo bre no nkwase adwuma na waye. That is on my team. A man for near ma a capot or dear team or DNG. Me say, I have a report here because people call, people send messages, they show evidence. It is sometimes when you are talking to me, I feel the pain because Sanka men am akotena wo women am ayama na matome car na medeba. Ena taxes in the gusu no so change car me de toya menyi. And I'm expecting say government wayo beye bia no the first option should come to me. Obi kid men you are obi ni or say my Jeep has been seized last 2 years. Yes. Do you know what it takes for a Ghanaian to go abroad? To go and hustle? Ko Ghana for them to kwan kwa brochire no. Omo mo tena office ya adwuma kakra bi o. Majority now the omo there and it's not easy to buy a Jeep. When you betimi the Jeep no the price at wa fatwa na yenhwe. Obi atimi atete ne mawire mato Jeep. Ebeduru ha na amanfo wasesa chemo mo girlfriends na so how can we be 31st night amanfo ebisa msa de ntira yam kwa asore na kwase da duro kwa asore dem ko ha de ayema enso bone nkuwa adwemmone abro ne bayiye sesi amana okasa wo nkwa amanfo gu asore da here baba hele baba bone nkuwa na aseyema Bonnet Kwanka no crank a wajeno. Let the person have first option. No who's a breno breno, one brangu. Kano fola who biem naturaira. Na ye chema party boys. Sanya mawe, akoso, men kasa MPP pension kwana akoswa. Also talk on $20,000. Jeep $20,000. Now what thought $20,000 car. Bana wode bana se besi a charge wasi to yaka ho. Na kwabrani age. Anye broni na agi o. Ya yenua black man ote ha waje. Because the marawi will say waje. You see, leadership governance is there to break some of these bottlenecks. Easy for people. So wherever there is challenge, we try to come up with solution. And the mere fact is that in the previous government, it doesn't mean also because the whole essence of governance, and it's a finding solution to address challenges as society face. But we don't care. And that Sunday, ubohun sem hu na be koso na mahu na nyame yi akire me na chesampasiasam sa. But where we need to use the time and educate people about living moral life, be good to one another. Hu nua mobo. Sa ne man nkan ya ho enti ene acts, morality, values, principles. Ya tuni nyina gu to the dogs. And I shall the moon yam is some na se for kwan na yanam na ye. And I koswa kwaku governance level. So I'm saying, sir, these are some of the things that we the people no need to come together, add our voices, and stop it. Call me my first your friend saying we are proposal to John Mahama has to do with housing. It's a issue a social cancer in Ghana. Abrantia wabakra ya posting or national service. Ye tuana ka 700 cedis. E sa ko han dan. Emra e krom ha kire se. We a tenant and we a landlord. You can't take more than 6 months from the person. Samra no at the parliament a go review. Review na econo extension I'm told say 1 year. That's okay. But hand down wakra 2 years advance, 3 years advance, even 4 years advance. Emra wo krom ha ebo the vulnerable ho ban. Emra ho a ebo vulnerable ho ban yo. Say aban de nhihye ye begu ama sa niema wei because yenuanu mo atu kwan kwa amana na sefo yi most of them or one wonya nto mortgage or mo ye wei no gutua a monthly basis na wutua ye Ghana ha betimia aka say ye betimia vary na sefo but 2 years na nipa no ekohan dan 2 years abranti e wasi so a o babra dan na wutua 2 years advance no o penti kura nko ne ye penti but emphobia. So these are some of the things that we need to address. And it should be radical and it should be very aggressive. So going into next year, these are some of the advocacies that we need to take on just to ensure, sir, issues now affecting the social life of the people, we need to address them one after the other. Nasa titim krase politics media me ye we ni chinchinchiana nema enyese ye support na ye support there no sa nema no we need to bury it. And Maka say there is a new government. Until the government goes rogue, it is our duty as Ghanaians to give the government whatever support only ohia to succeed. Until so no abaka say bo menso me kwa akufo ado line no bi o kan hwe amintie at that point we will have to break, but anya sa because there are serious issues. Abaka just say you see ade ba kwan e okrom ha ama ho kwan ama nipa bi no omunim nyansa nya kwan be wura politics has to do with this NDPP and NDC gidi way. We say when emotions come into politics ya de yakoma yenyusu ya adwen biem nti over the years wa hwa nipa binum wo ha se bi nyansa afa ni nyansa ni nitima se bi se odi nipa anim but because ye ko and this MPP gidi no these people afa nyansa kwan afa ho abewura politics no omafa nyansa kwan abewura politics no and ho mamu na wuhu na nei. Because my culture say our division, your division, a creative strength, a creative fortress, and a protected people who are in power. Because once we are divided, and Ghana, okay, election it was the whole Ghana against the MPP. Yes, these elections, it was the whole Ghana against MPP. And you saw it. This is because your division, when we are divided, it creates strength, and this strength, Nankayaba Sana Chama win to meet him by your friends MPP regional Chama, Abronyanum, Omuchina TV so be manwa, Nasa Utin China Wakoma. Ebanesen. Because we are divided, and this division are creating such opportunity for these people. So, Mediane say, let us come together as people. The focus is making Ghana a better place. Now, contribution there will be just to ensure holding government accountable. That is another most important thing. The mere fact is that we are part of this government, it doesn't mean say you fold your arms, go and sleep. Or my culture say, and yasra before ne to me a mom, a nipa desene. And nipa is such that one gardener, one more near corner in China. Dear, when you betty na oil, we am show. Until the Biamaka say, those are on fire calling for third force. It is not always about third force. Third force, could be some kind of, your friend is saying, a force be a. Nipaniya sorry akase, we are protecting our country. And we are holding the government accountable. There is no force, as we chance our force, when we are ready to hold government accountable. Kwaku father by Odin Semuni, and Nimwasi Awaji on one day coffee. Or a nipa or won't may assure say MPP as a political party, Bishian self himself. A dear your friend Ahomaso. If Kasafini a bear, you find your politics. Ebi ateteno, obaya fa hoadi, but never be a agent and nay. Sa Kasafina mi muni pana metimi aka Kasafina chire nipa fa mi hoadi. Sa tam no a chum. Kosa ne? First na politics ne ye nipa kakra bi de, and then nipa kakra bi kwose dem ba bia ye besia ye na sese no fa hoadi. No. And then ya masesa Ghana ni bia hunu sa mamuo no ne party wom enti we na udi nsem huna waso be yehye. So we need to energy yam found hold government accountable. The issues are serious issues are a border on our national life you making sure say those issues will be addressed. A baba very key, very fundamental. For instance, rent is making. I'm saying it because of every day complaint be one way or the other has to do with this rent issue. And it's not going to end here. We need to take it up. Say even a 1 year cry, you make sure say nobody charges anybody in this country for more than 1 year for a room. But we can only Ghana had a problem. Nippon Mosia Dan Cassia Omode Ma are big politicians, MPs in us for out there. And to Nimsa Emrano, for it will go against them. And then Sikana month we are baby the it is going into real estate. Because why am I focusing real estate? Abaye avenue for money laundering. Mamincha was here. It's simple. Oko wiye sika begu dema. Udi kogu banka, ye baby sasa wunya no he. O transfer kwa buchira enye ye utu kwan airport. If it is more than $10,000, you need to declare and tell people where you got that money from home. So people don't want to go there. So omu wiye sika ni begu fiya. This is what you do. Now wakoto asase. Say isile gombe bia na wakoto asase. Eno no ye misa sika no nya nti ufa sika no free udem straight utimi de kotua nipa no ka. Na wakoje asase. Oji wia okoto cement, okoto iron rocks, okoto weyi eno no ye misa sika no nya na wo he. Enti woni baba ahoso no na ye de sa sika no nyina asisi adan akase. And remember, what's the diner we know? They need to get the money. So the real estate is registered. And this are broaching up so this can or turn diner. The money can now enter America or any other country because it is coming as a proceed from a legitimate business that is real estate. So that is how they launder money. That is how they launder money. Enti nipa nu wiye sika na enti ene kroma obiya ye real estate. Obiya ye real estate. Enti until some measure enti adan no sika no de awuram no they need to say odebema han ya make sure say sika no ne nsa beka na akese to recoup that money. And do koka chance on fa dan man han 1 year omompene and they will fight it from there. But you see, this is a social issue. It affected the people at the lower bottom of the ladder, the average ordinary Ghanaian. They are the people at the receiving end. And government policies is supposed to take care of these people who are deemed vulnerable. Places like Europe, America, Adiaba common for Niagara has to do with social welfare issues. Social welfare issues. Because these are issues a border on humanity, a border on man survivor. And the obey biya to ensure say nipa benya relief biya no esa weye. Danka obi akwanyema wo awo ne ba. Abanisa na abanse me support to parent no for the wo na wakonyem na wawo, but social welfare issues. Because onim say nipa na abeka family no ho no obetimi anya challenge. So the government is anticipating a possible no, it's a challenge that is not real because there are some while we don't know they can take care of themselves. But the government is anticipating a possible difficulty, a challenge. So they are coming to your aid. There are some of the countries Accra was certain age, a bit I'm told Germany, more Germany, you can confirm at ubetimi to a certain level. Social welfare issues. Yokroma, can we say the same thing? People are stealing the money, using it to build big mansions. Nobody asks Obia the Bia Winya Sika. Mayanya forensic audit into some of the real estate companies in Nasafonum and people who are owning it. Because it's so easy. Nipa na wiye sika na waya investment no na yakofo obi na front. Last time na make about this Magdana aviation on says about me Dr. Ren a interview and I told him say we need to find out the real owners of these things. Because these overnight billionaires all of a sudden most of them are fronting some of these businesses for the campaigns and they are behind the curtains. We are doing nobody any good. We need to build a strong, robust social system that will cater for the welfare of the people, the vulnerable. The vulnerable, no, and the many. So government policies and programs must gear towards taking care of these people. So me 2025 resolution say, let us drop the hypocrisy. And let us focus on fixing the real challenges affecting Ghana for ankasa. Na sika wia na mawia sika politics ni aya from 1990 besi ne. Emfo obi ankosi baabia. This is the timer. As ye yisu oman no. To reimburse Ghana near was suffer because Makasa Akufo Addo Amamu we watimi live in it for this past 8 years. Who here certificate because university be anywhere and answer for surviving you need a certificate or the Ghana for a form and ya the ketwa but ono besi ne onyem yet and he still has the audacity to be your friends award putting medals among for Komo. Yes, Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. Send the panel award or some we are 40. You're serious. That is why you're moving a true support for this ora thing. Na enquire anona yedeka. and I shall see and one who's a man for shall see a bonny buga almost too free has a oh dear usurping wine ninja and some whom I catch all. People who are saying those things are very ignorant, sincerely ignorant. They don't know anything about it. Because committee no Mahama Setano, it's never illegal. And they are not usurping any authority from anybody. After all, it's a committee that is receiving complaint information about illegal. Because this time round, Professor Mills by San Niamana obey na Ojai people are go against this country off the hook, no, and then they breeded the impunity you saw under Akufo-Addo. Because MPP for some point I say NDC for more because Professor Mills, when the list was presented to him, he says Minuanum Sansem Hununo cannot happen this time round. Minuanum Yenye Yankopoma. Why? Konyankopon krano e believe in consequences. Because also want some not over to Jamasho. Now, yado to Jamasho adeketwa. Just a Yankopon and Casacra believe in consequences. So, the crimes these people have committed, we need to make sure, say, we hold them accountable. Also, for now, no, or back a cancer and say, no, or try U10 or Chia next time. And I'm say, this time, a giddy. We nimyansa, just shut up, go and sit somewhere. Because at this time, young people know who's penny for no more and abrona the money the war with team. Say the young people have taken their own destinies into their own hands, making sure that they are policing this country. We are the sentinels destined to protect the foundations of our democracy. And your joke and your grow. Also for no first and Quebec cancer seminar fan who di. I say ya to Abama John Mahama say on fix the economy and to Abama say, why you are a joke. After a passage the following week, no Abidjan on them Sani ever corner this year. Because you see, because of hypocrisy, you know, all of you more lose more essence, more relevance. People don't even respect you anymore. Because people prefer building their personal relationship with God. I prefer to build a personal relationship, direct personal relationship with God. Because Nyankopon betiewa, I didn't know me. Say Nyankopon betiewa, I didn't know me. Enti one Kenyan sasem now begina ha ba me yasofunti na saa kokro na saa chincha with the bar masa waso be shit, to be very honest with you. Catch said the only time I be one akasa make sure say wo Kenyan sasem, that is the only way oba survival. Na William sa asem na wo kan nyansa anima papa me wa no pe ba tena cause platform na so ya shit. Na Kevin Taylor ko breaking point. Kevin Taylor ko breaking point na o patch we na me say sanka obeso mu dia na nka obe press conference. E kwan no so ya shit. Ghana for you funani da ho yie. So enye bibia, this is our country. Yen put your destiny into our own hands and make sure say this is our country. There is no NDC, there is no MPP. Over the years, no, Sahel crash something na ya. About Crophobia befa hon ye. But Ufya kwanya ya faswa ye tun Crophobi to say your friend is saying a slow usunin as a form of my or monimo guasi or motiti na. Clearly, you should know, sir, and now good dear BM. And now good dear. A man for a near why. So, contribution, as summer, a shame crying, a summer bit in your boy, and me a pigeon minor con the nim. We are software. These are some of the things men foul time and media me we ni na media me free hanti kese and some I beka basa sa na da ho asora ma no ene omoni te over the years yanoma Christopher no dodo na yenya ya adwen se ebesu nyansa nti no kwahwe apabia begina ha no akofa Bible no tutu quotation hunu na omobri nipa ni so na omoji amamfo sika na omode efie sha amamfo no moke masa ene sa ansem hunu no emfa sa ansem hunu no emfa. Make sure sa wo kan yansa sem, make sure sa wo kan okre, make sure sa asem na wo kan no de sa wo kan na wo kan. We all live in peace. Come on, after all then men yo hu kuntan asif say wona wo de Yesu ko school ma hwe no mani ebe ye Jesus ntino wo de you are very no masa obi anya special ye nyina ye pe ye nyina Nyankopon ma sa hwehwa ni mu na we no first na amamfo nim nyansa first na amamfo kwatra sori dem ye no ene sa ne ma na nya adwuma biem. We are emfa anti accountability ne dia we just dan people will be held accountable. Ana mo can witch hunting when you buy for I ban say obi hunting. Nobody is witch hunting anybody, but nema na akoso no we need to prepare a very special table for them. And table na yes serve no so no ebe send a message to people more bad Mahama administration them say the ede ye mu nua no menei e da ho atwen wo chena enti brabia obebo bia no make sure say wo bobra papa, because the ye we no menei a ye nyina ya gia tum say yam prosecute or ye investigate or we are not asking for that because it is them today. We want to establish a conventional framework, a conventional deterrence. I bet daho. Se udon sabo aban musika mu a. Se we NDC ni o we MPP ni o na we hwan yo ensunsuanso nie. And it's the reason why say you making sure say we hold these people accountable. Kwa ye wirem fee PDS. Ye urine fee yet a Japan deal, cash for seat, and then near my feeling near my time cost chroma say. And ya she COVID-19 ba chroma say. Kwanyang crofo we far so every Ghana sika ya dia ba. Yet tam 33 million. Hey, and some must chrome how at the no more chroma say all African games and I know what is sika as ya the no bianama players kese time. Across posted the messy way, yet the amount renovation almost by 8 times. Nipana ya de renovation contract and a man ya canoforata numbusi and yourself and Kevin Oforiata. How can we let these things slide? We can't. Also for we can't. We need to set a stage. Ghana for a murder as in your reflecting. They say enough is enough. Yamfa red pen and sign ho. Na yina yan can't say you can overstep this boundary. And we need to start with these people. Send a strong message to them. Say no, you can't mess up. Nya Ghana nkwana sa Ghana me hu bi da. Say yetimi di o man sika na yakopacha wo. Me nti bi da. Ye wi o man sika. Money is meant for the entire country. Ebinum nanso anyo mu wo. Na ni penalty no wase me pacha wo. Na say like I don't get it. How? Because the kind of governance I have been advocating, I always tell people, say, we are government and we are president. You cannot show weakness. You cannot show mercy. Because anywhere in the world. But once you show weakness, people will capitalize on that weakness and destroy the country. If you show mercy, people will capitalize on the fact, the mercy part, and mess up. Enti oko Asia ha wa hu omo de na ebinum kra no kro no no ye deaf, just to send a signal to people out there, say o man sika to forma o fa hwehwe ni wura na fama no. That is what we need to do. Anya sa hwe na me say what the house nyankopon be chechero man na am say yare wo tim nyankopon bo wi ase wonim asase we adi over bear your friends at 10 million years and a daho. Ya wona archaeologists and nkasa on baka kire how many years asase we yedi 2000 years na mo de date no enya we yo enya years we yedi o and after Christ asem na yeka asase we ye be yanka ye until say young kasa ya betena se take bold measures akase we are fixing our country, no trust me. Say ya ne beye 31st ne dia ebe ba na yakotena son dem na nkoma kase young thieves no ma begina ha ke kansem hunu go nipa no nim nyansa nti no na ya keka na ya fa ye ho adi na ye kɔ saa na ye tware ya ho. It's like a cycle. Emra so se ma ye nite na yebesum nyame, we worship God, but yebesum no nyansam, yebesum ne ani dasom yes ye ni da ho na nyese obiti baby na o inject with doses of fear, intimidation, ne that kind of na media no. We need to make sure say sikana ye wiane nyina no people will answer, because anya hwe me COVID-19 kwampo yetimi ko han dan e wo Volta region na sika ye di siesie dan no eso chen sika ye de han dan no obi ansim obi amfa na ye nsi dan no na ya bobo ato so over bear 35 million na ya chadi at the time Ghana for a sofa. We can't just let these things go. And then going forward, you know, like I said, this new administration, you know, it cannot be business as usual. Because I miss a catch on na Ghana for you no more than that. No, be sorry. I say Yako Park so. Na last minute penalty abana ya jato ho. Ya jeto ade no mo ye obi oti ni city so bia original ebe ye obehwa so obebo asa na sa wo mo nhye. That is the stage we are now. Penalty ne da ho, John Mahama gina ho. First na Ghana 40 ho na no mo hwa ball no. But penalty ne bae na obi a sorry watching. So much is expected. And I wish it will go well. I wish it will go well. I think that one concert party tennis American one some year electoral commission. Jemensa. I can't tell say obia ba ene or your press conference. At the declare say do me kwa brenya seat no say na NDC akurugu no. Some are yasha can day one. We've been vindicated because Anamaka say near mana sometimes yadahwa yehuno ebi obi be jinabro science so because this thing was just straightforward. And the ban is saying about one try your kwa baby the same place and the electoral commission press conference or start here. Bible verses in the Yankopon, the day the Lord shall deben. That is not what we need, mame. First, I know we jina one nine swa. Ya Kenyans asem chirana utu phone e magana for. Since when they said this is the day the Lord has done, the Lord would massa, mame. Your cup is full. And I'm a catcher, so you'll be a very decent woman. Now, what sense of shame? You should resign and go. Because when the boss man sorry, ne teteu sa hwan ne nkrofono, masole mo to the stand say electoral commission no enya attractive biem. The obeye bia no cannot wash the electoral commission now. The only way is for you people to wash your hands and go. Bible verses in Nasefo cannot save you, Jemensa. Me say Bible verses in Nasefo kotu nanya. This is the day the Lord has done. It will not save you. Your cup is full. Because arrogance, neman shasi nipa kanyan sasem chirel tu for some ame kwanya wonam so electoral commission. Nya wonam kwana we first person wabawo. People have come and they've gone. Yesuya bibi okasamu wanamuntuom to engender trust and spy hope nena se fornom. And then here we are. Here we are today. Unza okapa efu na okasa asasa. Kwahwe video na electoral commissioner na je mensan ye ya o declare ya friend san ela claim akurugunu kwahwe na nim nyina sesa. Now go back and look at the tete je mensan na okọ iPack o se ase edunkati ahwe na nim sere ntino. The mensan oko iPack soldier for ekura na bag. Go and look at that video today. Maybe we are not try say man beko YouTube no I will upload it. Na hwe the mensan na okasa na hwe ne dimi na hwe ne posture. But we are done, you go home. Because state institutions ehia renewed hope. Abma Ghana for nya hotoso wom. Because anyasa we are doomed. And other institutions as well. Supreme Court to Kahon, we free men ye. Kokwanya Kufu Ado Afaswa assessed nipa de wura Supreme Court na se for enya de ketwa. Last minute appointment or more ye. State you ahodo aye peja sisi wona kese abofuno sem nin krase sama any space in this modern times in kwano mo ye. We need to sanitize and set a stage for new Ghana. Ghana ebema the average Ghanaian hope for the future. Ebema the Ghanaian dream are possible. Ghana need that sorry. Money teams are just a me 2 kwan sana ma ye. Because we have a lot of resources. Oh, Kroma say. I say you adwem papa we nipa team na enye greeda. Na ye adwem say ye de beye nema papa. Ghana ni 2 kwan kobere wo be man so. The lucky ones, are able to go to Europe and the America. A hot there is good. By Yenrianoma, or what di Middle East, a bit to Egypt, a bit Libya, a bit Tessa Bra Ghana ni bre. And then Amania, among 40 or 1 nemu. Me say, some of the stories, what's here? Just a be away in the power in the power. A dear yapa, say, a bayowa. What during the 20s, in the 30s, in the early 20s. Now what 2 kinds of baby be a bedi. Now ya kwaya no like a slave. More treatment. Obi a year force or more year force no more die by force upo umpo. Last lady be can send be children. Me real horse I'll say or Middle East. Now if you know team no. Or in a clinic for ho. Na edru na otwea. Na yakofa atwede. na de ato abrosan no ho na ya sa nsuo ni omo ama no se onhohoro abrosan no ho Ghana ni abayewa wo abrosan ya hohoro Ghana ni abayewa wohwe tese full of potentials ya sa nsuo ni omo ama no na otare abrosan ho na o tese areho all because ni sika ne nema esa ne nsaka no kwabra ne de ato V8 atobia ma ne ho atobia ma ne yira atobia ma ne mpana kwabra ne asesa sika ne de agu polytank im se ne fie aberwa bi asisi leda power describe na enye ye asesa sika akogu ne mpaase na Ghana ni abayewa no ti Kuwait ebre obi ti Egypt ebre na we nipa odwe nipa wona asem we am breaki wo heart ya de bembie na be breaki wo yasa omo edi agu nsuom na eda ma bayewa na ose wuti anye na sa atwede no power no an sa abrosan ya taase wo ba hwe fom ano anu wawu ko nipa no hu sa watow obekom sika edi tua na kakra no in a month no ebi nuru 4,000 ebi nuru 5,000 na ye subjecting to such more treatment obi betimi asora ahomache 1 obeye adwuma ama na banwumre ansa na wadidi nipa na oye ne saa no enye ono na nitima eden o ye hafo no na yetima eden because you were the means and everything to do things right sabaya nipa be benefit na traveling will not be the only option for people. In the governance, as some fast one is saying, if the whole essence of governance, isn't to help one another, now you alleviate the pain, the suffering others go through, then what is the essence of governance? Governance and fast one also. But my culture say, if we're a private person, but you must see real estate, you must see a dime, but the very moment you are in a public office, say laws renew wealth display, you are not part of it anymore. You are not part of it. Even you don't even have to show it. Because your preoccupation is to solving problems of poor, vulnerable people. A lot of them on a daily basis. And then you will see where Japadia war and you'll be a business because you don't feed nobody. Because it's Legon Sikanino, Debio Didida. Sano Hieni now, on so te your friend is saying, Choco baby, no, on also Debio Didida. But it is only fair and right. See a bit me build a just society. Obia bit me taking advantage of. Na omaino asi ye nyina ye. Because that is the only way. That is the only way. Among for a bread, a quantum, nena se fornum, and ya nijie. And did yes, ye bia, ye bit me a yama or mine where ye me come a catch or say ye. Ye bit me a yamana ye. Because some transnational had the resources are ye part of the world. Now we'll share some of the European countries. Some Komokran the Bahabaje Bosnian free ho. Because some of the European countries are virtually islands. They don't have any resources. You're above human and natural. But I'm saying Nimyan Santi. Yet Nahaman Crofo Baje, ye natural resources in the co. Sign Bessessa, human resources, or more who are dear woman, some Bessessa or more the cock could develop more country, not yet. O him. Oh, no, a former chairman of MPP, as if Freddie Blake Quatana Empire from the ABC, and say, I didn't think I could for and sign it. Your friend is saying, LGBT bill na the free na no say anya sa ye ko Germany say ko bobo sen amon fa mayen panyino wanyina duru say kasa nkura asem we nti oman no wo preserve wo ho sabe ya wo de da bia ko bobo sen adwen ni nyansa ni yetim say natural resources na ye wo no ye wo gold ye wo diamond ya tama ma abrofo say mumetu na mama ye royalties cause ye nim nyansa ana emu nkora na emu mmerewa ebre common health care kora na ye nibi. How can we be so wicked? Duru sanda na ye nyina ya sesa ye ho asofo na eso mo ka nokre adwuma we ya ye enya bi madwuma ni o enka se by na nka mete hospital ba bia meye madwuma asofo a mu yi aten. They are supposed to take on this responsibility. Yeah, because even in the biblical days, you know, now a prophet and I know muya or muyi ahem for a tank cannot cratch or cannot cratch. I do know we are ye. Martin Luther King in America. No, you're software. Ebianamu will be named Martin Luther King was a man of God, but now are a civil rights activist. America, black freedom, of course, we because osofo ne di animu Martin Luther King. But you have a software and corrupt politicians in the dino. You ever to a beum grass some of my mayor, and I mean, I'm a bomb pioneer, grass some son, I mean, I'm a bomb pioneer, me, chilla, Jimmy san yet home, say. Their job is to make sure, say, the government will not veer off, no. And they will not do because or criticize our buying and deliberate and sanka. And I mean, I'm a shame come, and I mean, I may chirame, and I mean, I may young command, and I also nim yan sentino. Now we fall for this nonsense. So I know the day, no much as yeah. President ya to Obama na so use na dwen na akra biti baby so no yes of na giving tese sense of purpose and sense of direction kra na bedu abi na ayera Akufo-Addo ba sometimes na I spoke about this on Onua TV on a mana handkerchief ashishashisha na nsa no to say abedipele okobo panati president because obiama de nantwa beben ahwie oil agu ne tim enti nipa na omo ato abama na omu na dwe ni so sofo bi na tese me say ye de etoda ye yare ya sometimes say adamo say ye jimio sometimes I don't know say menim I don't understand nipa desani akosan la ya to abama legitimately I express it well the tumia sha wonsem no obi odi na ntwa beben sha wonsem no ono mom. How can we do this? How? Because we are president now per se ubu maya. One thing that you need to do, one is to assert authority, assert your conviction. Once you lose it, trust me, your government is done. You need to assert authority and assert your conviction. The obeye bia will come from these two things. But say, if you don't assert that authority and have control, and utie free in China, you will be manipulated, and you can't go follow through with whatever you intend doing. And at some point in time, President Nabeno Waira Obehe Tessa Omo Yen Nema Akufo-Addo Nama na handkerchief Bobon and Sano. Nasa who be because I say or so for a catcher and say on for handkerchief white and Shishan and Sano and yasa ya fan say Natamfu bin Natamfu time into obit to me by your president. Na sa nkora adwene wei na de be na den say obetimi awin election to become president na no kora no watimi aye na handkerchief ade bobo. We need to get serious. because the weakness in mind, show no, and then the chair where we are today, because air time. Anyway, I think that be 31st night. Yes, you got try the so church. And thank you for your time. We are ushering ourselves into a new year. Just hoping said the new year, no. Me say 2025 is a year of victory. Stay positive. Enter, do everything with the unwavering sense of way. Said your way will be successful. Don't give up. Be strong. Stay true to your conviction. And any when be baby, you will grab it too. Because you have no idea potential. You have no idea potential. Doesn't matter what you're going through. Be hopeful that the next year will be successful. But my easy. I can't just say no success can ever or victory can ever be picked on a silver platter. You need to work hard, stay positive, and make sure you do everything right. And things will work out. And we can assure you, what we do, that is what we are doing. We will continue to shepherd government and make sure that the government does the right thing. Because the John Mahama government is our government. Your government. We need to help the government to succeed. Any support to be here because like I said, this is the last leg of Ghana, your democracy. So I'm for lose hope because things don't go well. Your democracy will be done. And to support to be as because we're coming back, there are certain mistakes he cannot do. And he has the power, everything to set a stage that Ghana will be successful. So you have fire support to be a man just to ensure the president will be successful. Now you're making sure in doing so, we also hold them accountable and make sure nobody veers off. Because once the government veers off, you lose, and that cannot happen. Thank you very much, and one better also I wish will be a happy new year and a happy new year. Hoping the next year will come with a lot of blessings, a lot of goodies, a whole lot of stuff will come your way. Thank you very much, and thank you for your continued support.